What if the greatest secrets of human history were not lost by accident, but hidden on purpose? Imagine a world long before our own, where civilizations carved knowledge into stone, painted symbols on temple walls, and wrote forbidden words on fragile scrolls. Knowledge so powerful, it could change the way we understand life, death, and the universe itself. And yet, so much of it is missing. Torn out of scriptures, buried under sand. Locked away in vaults we are not meant to enter. Did these ancient peoples know truths that challenge the stories we've been told? Why do the same mysterious symbols appear in temples in Egypt, shrines in India, and sacred caves in South America, though these cultures never met? Could it be that humanity once shared a hidden wisdom, erased from history? Tonight, we explore the civilizations that carried secrets too dangerous to survive. Secrets about the soul, the cosmos, and the destiny of humankind. The question is not only what they knew, but why we were never told. History, as we know it, is incomplete. The textbooks in schools tell us one version of events, a timeline of kings and empires, wars and inventions. But beneath that official story lies another layer, fragments of evidence scattered across the earth. A broken tablet in Mesopotamia, a golden mask in Peru, a papyrus scroll buried in the sands of Nag Hammadi. Each piece points to civilizations that carried a deeper understanding of reality. And yet, much of this knowledge is dismissed, destroyed, or hidden. Let us begin with the Sumerians, the first known civilization rising nearly 6,000 years ago in Mesopotamia. They invented writing, created cities, tracked the stars, and spoke of beings they called the Anunnaki. Their clay tablets describe the heavens in ways that modern science would only rediscover thousands of years later. How did they know so much? Picture the ruins of Uruk. Towering ziggurats, walls lined with cuneiform carvings, priests lifting their hands toward the night sky. These were not random stories. They were records, carefully preserved. And yet, when scholars translated them, much was ignored. Myths, they said. Allegories. But was it more than that? Move forward to ancient Egypt. Their civilization spanned thousands of years, leaving behind monuments that still defy explanation. The Great Pyramid of Giza, a structure aligned perfectly to the cardinal points of the earth, its proportions reflecting the mathematics of the cosmos. Was it only a tomb? Or was it a vast machine of initiation designed to awaken the soul? Walk inside the Temple of Dendera. On the walls, strange carvings show shapes resembling modern electric bulbs. To some, this is mere symbolism. To others, it is proof of forgotten technology. Why would a culture obsessed with the afterlife carve objects of light into stone? What were they trying to tell us? Across the ocean, the Maya and the Olmec tracked the movements of the stars with breathtaking precision. Their calendars predicted celestial events with accuracy rivaling modern astronomy. Imagine standing in Chichen Itza on the spring equinox. As the sun sets, shadows crawl down the steps of the pyramid, forming the image of a great serpent. Was this only art, or a reminder of knowledge passed down from a time before? In India, the Vedic texts speak of flying machines, vimanas, and wars between gods that shook the heavens. In Greece, philosophers whispered of Atlantis, a lost world swallowed by the sea, where knowledge and power once flourished. Different continents, different cultures, yet the same echoes: advanced wisdom, spiritual awakening, hidden truths. But here is the mystery. Why do we see patterns of suppression? Sacred texts removed from holy books, ancient symbols rebranded as dangerous or forbidden, entire histories erased. In the 4th century, Christian councils decided which gospels were worthy and which would be burned. Stories of reincarnation, of inner divinity, of secret knowledge, gone. Only fragments survive, hidden in caves or discovered by accident centuries later. Consider the Gnostic Gospels. In them, Christ speaks of the divine spark within every human being and of knowledge as the path to liberation. But these writings were banned, their keepers persecuted. Why? Perhaps because they gave too much power to the individual and not enough to institutions. Now picture a desert cave in Nag Hammadi, Egypt. The year is 1945. A farmer digs into the earth and uncovers a jar. Inside are scrolls untouched for over 1,600 years, words written in Coptic that speak of hidden truths. Truths the world was never meant to read, and this is only one example. Across the globe, sacred knowledge is locked away. In the Vatican Library, thousands of manuscripts remain inaccessible, sealed in vaults. What lies within them? Accounts of lost civilizations? Secrets of the human spirit? The deeper we look, the clearer the pattern becomes. These ancient peoples did not live in ignorance, as we are often told. They carried wisdom about the stars, the soul, and the cycles of history itself. Wisdom that modern culture, for reasons unknown, has chosen to bury. So we must ask, were these secrets hidden because they were dangerous, or because they revealed too much? The deeper we explore, the more the puzzle grows. Across continents and millennia, cultures separated by oceans seem to know the same secrets. Secrets about the stars, the soul, and the hidden power within. Let us begin in Egypt. Step into the silent chambers of the Great Pyramid of Giza. Cold limestone walls rise around you, their joints so precise a razor blade cannot pass between them. Above, massive granite beams weigh hundreds of tons, lifted into place without modern machines. And yet, it is not only the architecture that holds mystery. Consider the King's Chamber. Its dimensions encode the mathematical constants of the Earth and cosmos. The height, length, and angles align with astronomical cycles. Was this a tomb or a temple of transformation? Some researchers believe it was used for initiation rituals, where seekers lay in the sarcophagus, surrounded by vibration and sound, to awaken higher states of consciousness. Picture it, a priesthood chanting in low tones, the sound reverberating through the chamber, shaking the stone, and resonating with the human body. Could this have been a technology of the soul? A forgotten science of spiritual awakening? Now turn to South America. High in the Andes lies Tiwanaku, a site older than Inca civilization. There, the Gateway of the Sun still stands, a monolithic arch carved with symbols of gods and cosmic cycles. Its stone blocks weigh hundreds of tons, fitted with precision that seems impossible for the tools of its time. Local legends say it was built by giants, or by gods who descended from the heavens. Who truly carved it? And what did they know of the cosmos that we do not? Further north, in the jungles of Mesoamerica, the Maya developed calendars that tracked the movement of Venus and the Sun with astonishing accuracy. How could a people with no telescopes predict eclipses centuries in advance? Their myths speak of cycles of destruction and renewal, of worlds that rise and fall over thousands of years. Were they keeping a memory of civilizations before their own? And what of the Olmecs, the mysterious predecessors of the Maya? Their colossal stone heads, carved with striking features, stand silent in the jungles. Some say they represent rulers, others gods. But why do some of the faces appear to resemble people from faraway lands? Could the Olmecs have had contact with other ancient cultures, or did they inherit knowledge from a shared, forgotten source? Cross the ocean to India. The Vedas, texts written thousands of years ago, describe flying chariots called vimanas. They tell of weapons that could destroy entire cities in flashes of light. To many, these are myths, but to some, they echo too closely the realities of modern technology to ignore. One passage from the Mahabharata describes a weapon so powerful it reduced everything to dust, with survivors who lost their hair and nails. It sounds eerily familiar to radiation. Did the ancients witness events we would recognize as nuclear in nature? If so, where did that knowledge come from? In Greece, Plato told the tale of Atlantis, a mighty civilization destroyed by a great flood. For centuries, it has been dismissed as allegory, yet almost every culture across the globe speaks of a flood that ended an age of man. The Epic of Gilgamesh in Mesopotamia, the Flood of Manu in India, the story of Noah in the Bible. Could they all be remembering the same event? And if so, what was lost in that deluge? Now picture this: a vast city beneath the waves. Marble columns rise from the seabed, statues half buried in sand, roads stretching into darkness. Divers today search for Atlantis in the Mediterranean, the Caribbean, even near Japan's Yonaguni Monument, where stone terraces lie beneath the sea. Are these natural formations, or the remains of something older than recorded history? Beyond myths, there are symbols: the Eye of Horus in Egypt, the Third Eye in India, the All-Seeing Eye in later traditions. Different cultures, the same symbol: an eye of inner vision, a gateway to higher perception. Why is this symbol so universal? Did the ancients know of a hidden ability within the human mind, one that religion and science alike have struggled to explain? And yet, many of these ideas were later suppressed. The third eye became a forbidden topic in early Christianity. Reincarnation was removed from doctrine. Gnostic texts that spoke of divine sparks within us all were condemned as heresy. Across cultures, knowledge that emphasized inner awakening was often silenced. Why? Was it because this wisdom empowered the individual rather than the institutions? Or because it revealed truths humanity was not ready to face? Now imagine the Vatican Library. Deep underground, miles of shelves hold manuscripts collected over centuries. Some are accessible, but countless others remain locked away, their contents a mystery. Scholars whisper that hidden within are texts from civilizations long vanished, accounts of esoteric teachings, perhaps even records of Atlantis. We cannot know, because we are not permitted to see. Even in the modern world, secrets remain. In 1947, the Dead Sea Scrolls were discovered in caves near Qumran. Ancient Jewish texts, some of which mirror biblical stories, others that expand them. For years, only a select group of scholars had access, leading to speculation about what was being withheld. What knowledge did these scrolls contain, and why the secrecy? The same pattern repeats: discovery, suppression, fragments released slowly to the public. Knowledge seems to surface just enough to remind us of its existence, but never enough to complete the picture. Think of Göbekli Tepe in Turkey, a site buried for 10,000 years, now revealed as the world's oldest known temple. Its stone pillars, carved with animals and symbols, date back to a time when humans were thought to be only hunter-gatherers. Yet here stands evidence of advanced organization, spiritual ritual, and astronomical alignment. Who built it, and why was it buried under tons of earth, as if to hide it from the future? One cannot ignore the possibility. Perhaps these civilizations were not isolated sparks of brilliance, but fragments of a greater story. A story of a forgotten age, when humanity understood more than we are told. A time when the stars were maps, temples were machines, and symbols held the keys to awakening. If that is true, then our history is not what we think it is, and our future may depend on what we choose to remember or forget. What if everything we call history is only a fragment of a much greater story? When we look back at the ruins, the scrolls, the symbols carved into stone, we are not just looking at the past. We are staring at messages left for us, warnings, teachings, reminders of what humanity once knew. Civilizations rose and fell, but they carried a thread of wisdom, that we are more than flesh and bone, more than citizens of empires and subjects of kings. They spoke of the soul, of hidden powers of the mind, of cycles that repeat through time. And they built monuments designed to last thousands of years, as if to whisper their secrets into the ears of the future, into our ears. Yet those secrets remain half-buried, texts banned, libraries burned, symbols misinterpreted or ridiculed. The wisdom that could have reshaped how we see ourselves, silenced. Why? Was it simply fear of losing control? Or something more? Something that still hides in the shadows of power today? Picture this. Somewhere, beneath the sand, beneath the sea, or behind a locked vault door, lies a missing piece of our story. A text, a temple, A discovery that could change everything we think we know. What will happen when that piece is finally revealed? Perhaps the ancients tried to warn us. Perhaps they wanted us to remember. But the final question is this: if the secrets of these lost civilizations came to light, would humanity be ready to hear them?